enjoy what has transpired in my life through my marriage and how it has shown me, right? Like the mirror when you're married is a totally different mirror when you're just dating.
That's the truth.
Like, especially if the person you're married to is open to holding that mirror up, right? And showing you like, hey, what is happening? You know what I mean? Or, hey, this is who you are. This is, boosting me up. And for me, I think I needed a lot of boosting because of my past trauma, right? And not because I needed him to validate me, but I needed to be reminded that I can be loved by a Black man without trauma, without, abuse. Yes, abuse.
Or being toxic.
Yes. Do you believe that women should be completely healed before they get married? Dr. Kia, I'm gonna start with you.
Absolutely not. Like, what is fully healed? What does that actually mean? Like, that we are always like evolving and growing as people. So, one day you might be really great and another day you might be struggling. So I think that we just have to be open to the authentic selves and being okay with the fact that we're not perfect and we're never going to be perfect.
I completely agree with that. I feel like will we ever be fully healed, because you are always changing in your marriage and your personal life. Like the fact that like you shouldn't be with anybody else. I do think that it's certain things you need to deal with within yourself before you decide to connect with another person. But I don't think that you need to be completely healed to be able to function in a healthy relationship, especially if that person is willing to walk that journey with you.
In the past, I have been with men and I have gotten pregnant, right? And the first thing they do is are ready to give me money, right? To go to the clinic. And so when I got pregnant with my husband, I didn't even realize that trauma was so deep in me that I was scared to tell him that I was pregnant. And I was hiding, like, showing him the pregnancy test, right? So just imagine thinking that you're going into a relationship and you've healed from things that has really traumatized you, and then it hits you like a wrecking ball and you don't know what is happening. And then your husband has to be like, are you good, right? And so immediately you are questioning yourself like, what the hell is happening to me? I don't think.
And it's crazy the amount of things that you bring. I mean, you already talked about like childhood traumas and things like that, but even from other relationships, the stuff that you bring into relationships that you don't even realize it. I remember when me and my husband were first like dating, when we really got like serious, and I would do stuff or say stuff, and he would be like looking like, what are you doing? But I had to realize like I couldn't, like he ain't going for all that. Ain't gonna be no hanging up. Ain't gonna be like not talking for, I'm mad at you, I ain't saying nothing. I'm not gonna talk to you for days. Like he wasn't going for none of that. And so it was certain things like I had to adjust. Like he ain't the same person like you've been dealing with. So get it together.
Y'all, I think that really comes with maturity. Though.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I would walk around that thing for 7 days and talk to my husband, and the kids would notice and they would feel that, right? And that is so unhealthy. And I never wanted to display an unhealthy relationship. And I always say I don't want to be the reason that my children have to go to therapy.
But I think just being open to being checked is important because you don't get to see how other people view you. And to be honest, what I see is like, you might have friends and they might not check you, right? Because it's like they don't have to be sitting next to you all day and all night and be dealing with all the drama that you might bring that you don't even know. So I think it's really just important to allow yourself to be open to see your partner's perspective.
I believe we're not superwoman. I believe we're not the superwoman to our man that we're going to fix everything for your emotional need. I believe that, no, we can't do that. Yeah. But we've been best friends for so long that we created a platform that we can talk about anything. And he's a preacher's kid. So it's girls like sisters and cousins and fake cousins around him that he kind of talked to. And I'm not there. I turn my head. But you better tell me after you tell her. Yeah, that's cool because I like y'all. Y'all cool. I ain't got to worry about y'all. But I want you to tell me. He eventually will tell me because I was like, what was going on? What happened? Yeah. And he will tell me. And I'm grateful that we created that space before. And I really want a lot of our women to start doing it. We just can't get in a rush to date our brothers.
Yeah.
Let's get to know them. Let's get
Yes.
to know their
Absolutely.
weaknesses,
Yes.
and let's get to know their strengths, so we can be able to have this type of this platform that you can tell me anything.
Black is legit my best friend. Like, he's legit my best friend. And so that segues into the next question. Like, do you feel like, so y'all, since we've been doing the podcast, I've really been digging deep and diving deep into like different websites and different social media, right? And different like specialists. And I say specialists because the stuff that I hear is wild,
Yeah.
right? It's super wild. And it fits their relationship, but it doesn't, it's not a generalized thing. And so it is a big deal of women saying that husbands should not be your best friend because it takes away your own identity. When Black and I, going into our 5th year of our marriage was the toughest year. Like, I literally wanted a separation from him. I wanted a separation. He didn't feel like he wanted a separation, but it's so funny because we went to my best friend's house because she went to school for to be a psychologist, right? So we went to her house to like get a therapy session, and he sat there and he talked about all the things that he wanted to get off his chest that whole year that he didn't feel like he could get off his chest. And he talked for like 3 hours, right? So at the end of the 3 hours, I stood up and I said, I want a separation. And my best friend was like, hey, no, we don't. That's not what we want. This is your best friend. I was like, he's not my best friend. And the moment I said that, I felt horrible.
Like, I really believe that your spouse can be your best friend. I don't think they should be your only friend.
Yeah,
that's where the
right.
problem comes in
Yeah.
at. But definitely, like, your best friend, when you think about your best friend, you want somebody who has integrity, somebody you trust, somebody you have fun with, somebody who's gonna be honest with you. Like, why can't, if you have a spouse that exhibits all those things, internalizes, like, has all of the things, why wouldn't they be your best friend?
Yeah.
Like, my husband is the closest person to me, and I trust him with my life. But I do understand that some people feel like that because they don't have that. Their spouse is somebody that they can't trust. Yeah. Somebody who isn't compassionate. Somebody who doesn't care about their feelings. So I think people's experiences are what makes them, give them that point of view. Like, that's not their best friend. Of course not, because you were hurt by this person.
And I really think that it's important for my significant other, for my husband, to know who I am and also support me in the things that I'm doing, and him the same. So I think that, we both allow each other to be ourselves and support each other in that endeavor. So I think that it's helpful in both ways, that the boundaries have to be set. And if I was to just conform to something that he wanted me to be, or somebody who I thought that he wanted me to be, I don't necessarily think that I would be happy with that. And we're very different. Like, he's an extrovert, I am not. And even with the hair, like, he does not like added hair. He's like, oh, I want natural. I have added hair, and he's still fine. So
And he still eats you up in there.
It's the Isley Brothers song, hello.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah, but it's a part in there where he said, he's always saying, like, don't change, and that's how I feel like Demont treats me. Like, he doesn't ever want he doesn't want me to be different. He wants me to be happy within myself. So that gives me, I feel like I would do it regardless, but it gives, when somebody gives you like permission just to be yourself around them, it makes a difference.
My hairstylist and I have a conversation. I said, I'm thinking about cutting it. And she says, with my married women, you have to talk to your husband first. I'm Candace. I'll do what I want. She was, yeah. I know who you are, but you don't know what your husband like. You don't know if he like that long hair. You don't know if he might not like short hair. But you have to have those conversations with your husbands before you make these drastic decisions on your hair. So I just thought that was kind of deep. Maybe
There's a little bit of truth to that, because if he came home with a bald head, I would be beefing. I don't want him to, I'm not beefing for real, but like, I would not want, I like what I like. And if I got to look at you, like, at least give me like a say so. You think this gonna look good? Or, I think it's good to at least consult with the person who gonna be having to have to be attracted to you.
Black man in love here. I'm proud, she's mine. I'm 'cause I love